Hello, everyone. Thank you for your participation of today's webinar. And the subject of today's webinar is our new PUMA SMX5100L and extra long XL models. And we will introduce our new VX6500C ceramic and G graphite models. We expect this webinar will take about 1 hour. My name is Tyler Park in Doosan marketing team in Seoul, Korea. And I hope all of you and your family are in safety from these serious COVID-19 situations. Firstly, I'd like to introduce new PUMA SMX5100 series, especially comparing with our major competitors Majak, Okuma, and DMG Mori. As you can see on the PowerPoint presentation pages, SMX5100 is a large-sized turn mill machine for long and large diameter parts, turning, and 5-axis milling. For example, oil gas isolation valves, pipes, or aerospace landing gears, big roller machines parts, or construction equipment parts, and so on. Max machining diameter is 830 millimeters, and the maximum length is 2 meters, 3 meters, and 4 meters, and y-axis travel distance is 520 millimeters. As you might know, the major competitor is Majak's E-Tower model, Integrex E500H. Basic capacity like max diameter length or y-axis is similar with Doosan SMX and Okuma's Multus model, and also similar working area and structures. In case of DMG Mori, they sell 2 models in this area. One is NT5400 machining length 2 meter, and the other one is NT6600 model, which covers longer 3 meter, 4 meter, and until 6 meters. They have this big model have max diameter, bigger max diameter and y-axis travel than SMX5100. In fact, this NT6600 is bigger model, like so-called SMX6700, but we added it on this comparison to understand DMG's product position. If you have any questions, you can insert your question on the question text window, and I can give an answer on this webinar directly, or I can reply you by email after this webinar. Before we start talking about some sales points comparing with competitors, I'd like to briefly introducing our new SMX5100 XL, XLB, which is scheduled to be launched in April next month. I will introduce this new model in comparison with currently existing our SMX5100L LB model. The naming XL means 4 meter length, extra long bed, so max machining length and G-axis travel are 1 meter longer than SMX5100L LB model. Of course, the machine's footprint and height dimension is also bigger. G-axis rapid traverse rate, the speed is 30 meters per minute, slightly slower than SMX51L LB model. In order to maintain G-axis ball screw accuracy without distortion or sinking, due to longer lengths of end-to-end ball screw. This 30 meter per min G-axis speed is same with Majak's 4 meter, the same frame, long bed model G-axis rapid traverse. We increased tailstock center size from MT5 built-in dead center to MT6 size and thermal sensors on spindle as standard in order to achieve more stable performance with large size part machining. One other changed thing is packing for export, shipping, and installation. Due to some legal restriction of packing size and weight condition, we had to make separate packing of the column unit and coolant tank, so 2 boxes are increased. And another important point is you can consider machine installation jobs together with Doosan CS service engineers support. The column should be assembled at the customer's business shop, and it means additional some kinds of centering of milling spindle unit, accuracy adjustment, and some more verifications works are necessary. So you can ask some support to Doosan, and you can continue to talk about this installation support process with Doosan's CS part. Okay, now, firstly, you are seeing the comparison with Majak Integrex model. On the table, the red color means Majak's lower disadvantageous specs over Doosan's SMX, and the blue color means favorable advantageous specs comparing to Doosan SMX. I'll introduce main 5 sales points briefly against Majak machine. The first sales point is 1 level higher spindle specification than Majak, focusing on increasing demand for difficult to cut materials such as titanium, inconel, sus alloy, or some chrome steels, and so on. Doosan decided high torque big bore spindle as standard on PUMA SMX 5100L, LSB, or XL-B model. Its spindle power, torque, bearing bore, which is related hard cutting performance, is absolutely higher than Majak's standard spindle and is mostly equivalent level with Majak's optional high torque spindle. The second sales point is 1 degree B-axis curvic clamp indexing, while Majak provides only 5 degree B-axis curving clamp. Unlike 5-axis vertical machining centers, turn mill, these SMX users usually do a lot of OD, ID turning, and kinds of rigid milling with B-axis clamping. So B-axis curvic clamping capacity can be important. Doosan SMX is aiming all angles, turning and milling process thanks to minimized curvic clamping indexing. Furthermore, our curvic clamp force is 5% higher thanks to its robust structure than Majak machine. And sales point 3 is auto long boring bar changer option. Considering the size and shape of workpieces like long tube, pipe, and shaft, long boring bar application is popular and so helpful to increase their productivity. Only SMX5100 series can supply full type automation, including long boring bar, holder changing, and the head tool changing as well. The Maja's long boring bar solution is only automatic long boring bar holder changing. So if a machining process needs a number of head tools for long boring bar at once, for example, hard to cut materials like titanium, the Maja customer should stop the machine and exchange head tools at the end of long boring bar. Doosan's solution can solve this problem with specially designed long boring bar holder with sandwich and head tool ATC option with C4 size 10 tooling capacity magazines. Sales number 4 is convenient steady rest parking function. The steady rest can be moved or go parking under the left spindle chock unit to avoid any interference for loading, unloading workpieces like a big diameter flange or short shaft. This function can greatly increase productivity by eliminating the process of steady rest loading, unloading when setting up various workpieces on the machine. Please keep in mind that the parking function availability should be checked in advance as the chock size is getting bigger. The availability of steady rest size limitation is getting strict. Sales point 5 is higher accuracy C-axis contouring capacity. Both SMX PUMA SMX-B model and Majak Integrex model include gear parts to increase motor power and torque. But the different point is SMX uses two separate gear combination, so-called C-axis mode shown on the left side picture. C-axis mode can reduce gears backlash errors by mutual backlash compensation. Otherwise, Majak spindle gear parts use worm gear shown on the right side picture, and it can be disadvantageous in C-axis contouring accuracy and durability due to their big backlash issue. Now I explained the sales point against Maja, and the next is Okuma. Sales point 1 is one level higher spindle specification. Okuma's standard built-in spindle can be compared with SMX built-in spindle mounted on SMX5100L, LS, or XL model. And Okuma's big bore spindle options can be compared with SMX big bore like LB, LSB, XLB model. Both Okuma's standard and option spindles, spindle bore or torque level is lower than SMX spindle, so it's worse in heavy-duty machining performance. The second is auto long boring bar change option. This automatic long boring bar holder and head tool change solution is not applicable on Okuma machine. So SMX solution can be a good sales point in aerospace or oil gas customers who requires center bore ID machining on boring on long shape parts. And also long tool magazine option. In case of previous long boring bar holder, its clamping location is B-axis lower side face in order to get more rigid clamping and heavy-duty cutting performance. But this long boring bar solution is available only for one spindle with tailstock machines like L, LB, XL, XLB. And long boring bar machining is possible only in the direction to the left spindle. Instead, long tool magazine is available for both sides, left and right spindle directions. Max tool length is 1120 mm and the max tool storage number is 4. As Okuma do not have this such tool long length options, long tool options, it could be a good sales point as well. The sales point 4 is highly productive steady rest parking function. Okuma also doesn't have this steady rest parking function like Majak, so it's a good sales point to customers who produce multiple items in various shapes. And again, please keep in mind that the parking function availability should be checked in advance. As the chuck size is getting bigger, the steady rest size limitation is getting strict. The last sales point is more precise B-axis, C-axis indexing. Okuma provide only 0.001 degree indexing angle. Doosan SMX have rotary scales as standard and provide 0.0001 degree indexing. So the B-axis, C-axis random angle indexing accuracy can be 10 times better than Okuma according to the numerical calculations. Okay, next I'll make a comparison with DMG. The first sales point is higher spindle specification. DMG NT5400 standard built-in spindle can be compared with SMX built-in spindle, and bigger NT6600 high-torque spindle can be compared with SMX high-torque big bore spindle, B model. DMG's spindle power and torque is lower than SMX spindle, so it can be a disadvantage in heavy-duty machining performance. And sales point 2 is auto long boring bar change option. Automatic long boring bar holder and also head tool change solution is not applicable on NT5400 model, even though DMG NT6600 model have this long boring bar solution, but its direct milling spindle clamping, like the images on the right side, can be a disadvantage from a point of heavy-duty cutting with weak clamping and limited space usability due to the location of long boring bar holder in front of milling spindle and longer tool changing time. When the customer uses standard tools together with these DMG's long boring bar toolings, the customer have to make milling spindle, additionally need to mount some bracket before mounting standard tools after using and unloading long boring bar holder. So it takes a long time. And the sales point 3 is highly productive steady rest parking function. In order to avoid interference between steady rest and workpieces, DMG NT6600 steady rest have some additional x-axis with 60 millimeters up and down travel. But you can see it looks a little limited function to avoid all interference comparing to SMX parking function. And we can expect some higher cost due to this x-axis addition, means additional cost for server drive devices on it. And the sales point 4 is more precise B-axis indexing. DMG's indexing standard is 1 degree and higher resolution 0.0001 degree indexing is available only with an option together with highly expensive DD motor, while SMX provide this 0.001 degree indexing with rotary scale as standard. And last, sales point 5 is Y-axis feed structure. The DMG RAM type Y-axis box guide shown on the right side picture can cause milling spindle declining issue with X-axis position displacement. The more DMG milling spindle comes out along with RAM structure Y-axis, the more X-axis position displacement is expected into the direction of gravity due to heavy weight of milling spindle. The robust SMX Y-axis structure with column moving type doesn't affect X-axis declining at all, unlike DMG machine. Now I finished the introduction of SMX5100L, XL, and XLS model. All presentation file will be uploaded to TechNavi system soon, and if you have any question or comment, please do not hesitate to contact Doosan marketing team. And in order to maintain the latest version of this market competitor product information, please let us know if you have any updated news in your sales region or competitors' product upgrade information. Thank you for your listening, and then we will continue the introduction of our VX6500C and G model in a minute. Please wait a little, please.